6 Minutes of Game podcast. King Lex here. Hey, this episode is called From Hero to Human. From Hero to Human. We'll start with the college football playoffs. Well, with the like simulated bracket with the bracket that they made. So you got um, Ohio State, Georgia, Indiana, A&M, but A&M lost to Texas. So if A&M is out, you got Miami or you got Oregon. And I guess one loss shouldn't put them out, but you got so many one-loss teams like you also have Texas Tech who's balling out. You got Oregon who's 10-1. Ole Miss is also 10-1. BYU is also 10-1. So it makes you reconsider all of those teams, right? Because if you got one loss, then you got to consider the other one-loss teams too, and it goes style points have to be factored in, strength of schedule, strength of division, and the strength of wins. So you would have to reconsider all of those people who are outside of the bubble, like Texas Tech, Oregon, Ole Miss, and BYU. Um, now that A&M has lost, and teams like Indiana, it's hard for me to place those teams high up on like to put them at that high, to give them like a pinnacle placement because Indiana is a Pac-10 or a Big Ten. I'm sorry, a Big Ten school, meaning their strength of schedule is is shitty. Big Ten. So you have like Ohio State, who we know is consistently good every year. We know what to expect from Ohio State every year. We know what we're gonna get from the guys. We know they're gonna come in. They're gonna ball out. But then you got teams like Penn State, who consistently good for about 4 years, and then take a good 2 or 3 years off. And then you got teams like Oregon, who we don't know what we're going to get from the Ducks week in and week out, or Michigan, who we don't know what we're going to get from them. We know we're going to get from them up until they go against another powerhouse school, right? Big Ten standings, they're 9-0, 9-0, 7-1, 8-0. Um, but then the losses come from other schools like your SEC schools or your ACC powerhouses. But Ohio State, no matter what, stands with these major programs. So you got to give them credit out of the Big Ten. But besides them, there's no one else. USC should have been regarded that way, but they're not right currently. UCLA should be regarded that way, but they're not currently, right? You have all these Big Ten schools, and the Hoosiers are just kind of like in the middle of it. I don't see them being as effective later on in the college playoffs, but we'll see. You know what I mean? There's 4 quarters in football, and each team laces up their cleats the same. So we'll see who's who and what's what, right? It's kind of like Ashton Genty, right, from the Boise State Broncos to the Las Vegas Raiders, from the Mountain West Conference, the AFC West Conference, where the Broncos arguably have the best defense in the entire NFL, right? You have to play them twice a year. So you got Ashton Genty, who, and not to knock Boise State, because it's an okay program, but at the end of the day, Boise State is like glorified high school, like we said about CU. It's not too many. The Mountain West Conference isn't giving you anything better than Philip Lindsay. And I love Phil. Phil from Colorado. Shout out Phil. You know what I mean? But we have teams like the Boise State Broncos who play no So then it has me worried about Ashton Genty getting to the NFL and going up against this level of competition and if he can stand. Same thing with Indiana. Once you get to this level of competition, will you be able to stand? Are your guys tough enough? Are they strong enough? Were your recruits big enough? Those type of things factor in the playoffs. This episode is called From Hero to Human, and it's inspired by Coach Prime, right? So other teams see Coach Prime's ailments, and it's like blood in the water, shark food. It's great white bait. Those ailments kill the spirit and inspiration of our players, man. To see our leader disparage in humility and bad health is horrible. It kills the motivation. The AD needs to sit him up in a booth and let him lead in motivation for a period of time from up there in the booth, and not have him standing on the field if he's hurt. It's the same thing as an injury. That's a key component to your team. It's debilitating. 6 minutes.
Regarding whether he's going to stay here or he's going to go to LSU. And when you look at the sticking points he's looking at, it's can I pay my players and how much? And